I feel good. Look at my a little bit of ab action. Hello and welcome to 19 weeks out. How crazy is that? These weeks are going by really, really fast. So now I just have to really take control of the week instead of let the week control me, you know? And I don't know, it's just crazy. So I'm being a lot more diligent with my food. If any macros aren't consistent, it's my protein. So if I am starving, I will add a little bit more protein at this time. So that's really it, and that's what I felt has really changed. I went to the gym today, and it's crazy because we're almost in lockdown again, so we're only allowed 10 people in the gym, and my gym is super busy, so I have to like book it like 5 days ahead. I have to wait at midnight to like book a slot, so on Sunday I have to go at 6 a.m., which sucks. But it was the first time at the gym where I felt like, okay, I'm competing. Like, I don't know, I've been doing this like foundation work day in, day out, but like today I was like, I'm lifting heavy, I feel good, my supplements are good, my digestion's getting better, I can see more muscles. I just felt like, okay, like, you know, when you get in that headspace. So really exciting. I'm glad that that's where my mind is at, kind of 19 weeks out, but it is going by pretty fast, and I just want to take control of the time because I don't want to feel behind. I want to feel like I did everything I could. So welcome to the new week. I hope you enjoyed the last video, and thank you for all the new subscribers and support and love. I really appreciate it. And I'll just continue bringing you through my journey every step of the way. Okay, it is way later in the day, but it is late and I am hungry. So I'm gonna try something new that I've been kind of looking up and like really interested in, because I like to only eat protein at night and I'm getting sick of egg whites, so I wanna make it sweet. I would like to add honey or syrup, but I don't wanna add in carbs right now. So I'm going to do egg whites, vanilla extract, and cinnamon and see how it turns out. But I think it sounds good, so I think it should be good. But yes, welcome to my cooking show. I'm gonna see what it tastes like. Sounds delish. That was a lot. That was a lot. Okay, you need to come up with concoctions sometimes. Whew. I like didn't even have the burner on when I started. I'm like the worst cook ever, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to test this out. I want something sweet that I don't feel like guilty eating at night. And we will see what happens. I feel like there's a right way to do this. I just need to figure out the recipe. Okay, moment of truth. I'm gonna put a little bit of cinnamon on top, and I did add like a quarter scoop of protein. So we'll see. Okay, it's pretty disgusting. It tastes like... I knew the vanilla was gonna mess it up because it just has like a vanilla aftertaste, but it's not sweet enough. And it tastes like vanilla and eggs. Okay, this was a fail, but I'm getting closer to a recipe that works. No, it's disgusting. Never judge off your first bite, but this is just, don't even try this at home, okay? Just don't waste your time. Okay, if you know any good recipes, leave them down below. Good morning. Sorry guys, so it's around 7 a.m. I'm sorry, I literally haven't been on the camera for a couple days. It's just been crazy here, so yeah, but I'm back, I'm excited. Yeah, this week has been super boring. Like, I just went going to the gym and coming back. I'm also looking for a studio space for my other channel to film my workouts in, so that's kind of what I'm doing. And I've just been editing all freaking week. So yeah, super boring. My eating has been a lot better this week. I'm 19 weeks out now, so I'm like, my head is in the game. If I do get hungry, I will add a little bit more protein here and there, but like my carbs and my fats are staying the same, which before they were going a lot over. So on certain days. So I'm touching my abs right now because I feel like skinny. I'm seeing changes, and I just weighed in and I'm at 137.6, and my body has been stuck at 138. So it's nice to see that little plateau again move. I've set like little small goals. I'm not sure what my show weight is gonna be, but I've set like little goals. So my in 3 weeks, so 16 weeks out, I want to be at like 134, so that 10 weeks out I could be at like 128, 130. I just want to be in a good position, like far out, so I don't feel stressed, because I'm already feeling stressed, not to the point where I'm like anxious, but stressed to the point where like I want to do good. So anyway, I'm gonna make coffee, and yeah, I don't really know. Okay, I just finished my fasted cardio, and I got my obviously I'm sweating, but I got my groceries delivered, and some exciting new additions is cauliflower. Okay, a lot of you guys have suggested like cabbage or cauliflower rice, because it's filling, it's voluminous, but it's not as high in carbs. So I was actually gonna get cauliflower rice like pre-made, but they actually didn't have it in, but I'm glad I got this instead, because I'll make it myself. But it was like $8 for the pre-made like frozen crap, and it's probably like $2 for 2 of these heads. So I will make my own cauliflower rice, but I think that's so sick. So I put in today that I'm gonna have a cup of cauliflower rice and chicken, and it had like no carbs. It's like very low carbs compared to like 30 grams for rice. So I just wanna be smart about where I'm using my carbs. I'd rather eat like oatmeal and stuff like that and not waste it on rice. So yeah, and I got garlic. I've been craving garlic. Also, I was gonna get the pre-made garlic, the one that comes like minced already in a can, but it has so much oil in it, and it actually doesn't even taste, it tastes like pickled almost. So I got garlic, and these are my exciting additions. Okay, so if this isn't exciting to you, then you are not you're not prepping for a show, okay? But yeah, I'm so excited about garlic. Hello. All right, so it is a little bit later in the day. I look crazy, but I wanted to kind of sit down because, and I'm kind of nervous, because I've gotten a lot of subscribers since I started this new series, but I realized that I haven't really like formally introduced myself or tell you why I'm doing this, who I am, or anything. If you don't care, you can totally skip ahead, but if you care, hello, my name is Alex. And I've basically always loved fitness and health. And I grew up as a cheerleader. So I grew up like from 8 to 18, so 10 years in cheer. And that was a huge part of my life. I always loved it. I loved the activity. I loved everything about it. So, but also during my youth and like growing up, I was a completely different person, okay? Completely different. So I was super negative, really angry at life, and my mom was even saying the other day, like she like had a flashback of me back then and was like, I don't even understand. It's like night and day the person you are. So it is crazy. So I grew up in cheer, but I also grew up pretty angry at the world. So my mom had me when I was 16, so we were like the OG teen mom. So we really grew up together, and we went through a lot of things together as well. My dad was in the picture, but not really. He's not someone I talk to now. He's kind of a negative person in my life, and at that time and growing up, he was always in and out of jail. So yeah, that is what it is. So me and my mom, we grew up together. It's kind of funny because I was really hard on her growing up and like almost resented her a little bit. But when you are 16 yourself and you realize like now I'm 25, to have like a 9-year-old with me at this point, like it would be insane. So now I kind of understand a little bit more because I'm at the ages that she was at when she would have had me, you know? So we definitely grew up together. I did see her in a lot of like abusive relationships. And I was subject to physical abuse as well and sexual abuse while I was growing up. So it's something that if you told me I would be talking about this a year ago, I would laugh in your face. But it's something I want to be more open about with now, and it's something that I'm comfortable with talking about now. So yeah, I definitely grew up in a really bad mindset. My mom did the best she could. We did grow up together. I did go through a lot of things, see a lot of things. So I always felt like I didn't fit in, and I always felt like I was kind of older than everybody. So in my youth and in high school, I was partying. The fact that I graduated was like, it was insane. Like nobody thought I was gonna graduate. I was doing a lot of crazy things, never going to school, and was just hanging out with the wrong crowd. But cheer saved me. So that's honestly why I think I love fitness and health so much. And cheer saved me. Like I had such supportive people around me. I had a goal to work towards. We were always working towards competitions. My coach would tell me something and I would agree 100%, or like I would never talk back. I just do what was asked of me. I was constantly in the gym. If there was like extra classes I could be doing, I would do it. I was on like 3 teams at one point. So I was super hardworking in the gym, and it saved me from so many things. Like it saved me. Like if I didn't have that sense of responsibility or self-discipline, I would have been partying all the time and I don't even know what would have happened. So it saved me. I loved it. At the end of my cheer career, I did get a scholarship for being like the most positive person on the team because I was always working so hard, you know? So yeah, it's something that I really loved and it saved my life. But after high school, I ended up getting back into the wrong crowd again. I was kind of getting out of it. I like graduated and I was like, oh, I'm getting out of it. And then I went right back into it. I don't really know how. I took a gap year. Everybody was scared that when I took a gap year that I was never gonna go back to school. But actually that gap year, I was working at a cafe and I'm making like $2 an hour. And I was like, I actually wanna go back to school because I don't wanna make $2 an hour. So yeah, it actually motivated me to go back to school. But during that time, I moved out with one of my friends at that time and she was not a very good character. We ended up moving out for like 2 weeks together. She completely changed who she was. I didn't feel safe in my house. My mom and my aunt ended up having to come and like save me from that house and move me out. And it was a shit show, but yeah, and then I never talked to her again after that. We were like best friends forever, but she was in the wrong crowd doing the wrong things and I didn't feel safe. So that happened right after high school. And then I moved back home and got that job at the cafe, got back on my feet, and then decided to move out with my boyfriend. Moved out with my boyfriend at 19, lived with him for a couple of months, same thing, things went south. He became not a very nice person and he ended up going to jail for a very long time for something else that had happened that I didn't even know about. So yeah, my life was always chaotic, okay? Always chaotic. Me and my mom, we also bumped heads a lot. And so in high school, I was always getting kicked out a lot. I was always at my boyfriend's house or my grandma's house or my aunt's house because we would just butt heads and I was also very disrespectful, okay? So my life was very chaotic, very unstable. The one constant I had was cheer. I ended up moving out with my aunt in my graduating year, grade 12, and that really helped me graduate just because I had like a stable place to stay. But then all that stuff happened after, moving out with that girl, moving out with that boyfriend. After that boyfriend, I went away to school, okay? And that was like a new chapter. So I went away to school, awesome experience. I have so many friends from college. Yeah, it was definitely a time where I felt a little bit lonely, but it was also, and I did again felt like I didn't fit in because at that point I had already lived alone. I had already done all my partying, and that was kids who were just coming out of their house for the first time, living alone for the first time, partying for the first time, and I was already like, I'm not in this mindset because I've already done all those things. So it was a little bit lonely, but I met so many amazing people in college and just started to get to know more about myself and the things that I wanted. I went to school for marketing. I wanted to go for nutrition, but everybody told me do something more general, which I did. I don't regret it because I learned nutrition through my own courses anyway, but yeah, and I'm glad that I went because I met so many amazing people. So college, I did that for like 2 years, and then my dream was to move to Toronto. I'm from Vancouver. I always say I'm from Toronto because I feel like I am, but I moved to Toronto after school was done. Actually lie. So I was 19 when I went to college, was there for about 2 years. I went to Europe by myself for 3 months and backpacked, and that was a hilarious shit show too. The cheapest shit ever. I had no money. I couldn't even enjoy it because I was so broke, but it's a hilarious experience. Like if you know me, I am not a backpacker, but it's hilarious. So I did that, and then I moved to Toronto, and I moved into my first little apartment with 2 roommates. I lived in the den for like $1,000. Like I didn't even have like anything, like a single bed. But I always wanted to be in Toronto, and that's where I feel like I grew up. I love Toronto. So I was there maybe when I was like 20, 21. Best experiences ever. I got my job out there in Toronto. I had my little apartment, and then I ended up after a year moving to another apartment in Toronto, and I met one of my best friends. She was in my last vlog, and she is such an amazing person. She's my best friend ever. She's so positive, and so I was just trying to have like positive people around me and just feel like I was coming into my own and like I finally fit in somewhere. And I learned so much about myself in Toronto, so I feel like that's where I grew up, like mentally. Then me and that girl, we moved out from that apartment and we moved to another apartment, and again was just always learning about myself. She was always pushing me to be better, and at that apartment I did a lot of soul searching. So I wasn't as self-sabotaging as I was in high school, but I was still dealing with a lot of the traumas, and I like felt heavy from it. I had been to counseling and stuff like that to talk about the things that I've been through, but it never really resonated with me. because it was just me talking to a counselor and I feel like they couldn't relate to me. So I ended up going on a wait list for a support group for women that had been through sexual abuse. I had to be on the wait list for like a year, which was crazy. Finally got into that support group, and that support group changed my life, because when you go through abuse, you do feel very alone. And it's crazy how common it actually is, which is disgusting, but it is. So I went to the support group, changed my freaking life, because I could finally talk to girls who related to what I was going through and wasn't just listening to me. I don't want you to just listen to me. I want to have a conversation. So that was amazing. Also, I did work at a gym for a little bit in Toronto, and I had so many conversations with a bunch of people, but it was very common to hear women coming in that were self-conscious because they had been through some sort of abuse. So yeah, and I was glad that I could relate to them about it. And that's how I kind of use that bad thing that happened to me as like a way to relate to other women that have been through it. So yeah. So then after that support group and moving into that last apartment with my roommate, I moved to Australia. So that's the last thing I was just doing. I moved to Australia for 6 months. It was always my dream to move there. I just thought it was beautiful. I always wanted to go there my whole life. My grandma is a travel agent, and I would always help her like stamp brochures when I was younger, and I would always see Australia and be like, oh my God, I want to go there. Also, fun fact, this tattoo is my grandma, my aunt, and my mom's birth dates all put together. And my grandma's in the middle. Like, those are the three women that helped kind of shape me, that pushed me to be better. And my grandma is like my heart and soul. She's kind of like my mom figure, because my mom was so young, so we're more like sisters. So my grandma's like my mom figure. I love her. I have another channel, my real-time workout channel, and she does every single workout. Like, she just supports me like 100% on everything I do, and she's amazing. So my grandma, and then I have my aunt, who's like the boss business bitch, okay? She owns her own business. She's like the smart, like awesome one. And then my mom is like the funny one and really hardworking, great work ethic. And me, my aunt, my mom have always been kind of like sisters, and my grandma is like our mom. So yeah, that's kind of the dynamic. But anyway, I moved to Australia, had a blast. I have one vlog up, but I actually need to put together another vlog of all this stuff. I have so many clips, so it's crazy. Was there for about 6 months, and then after I was done, I was just like, I kind of want to come home. Like, it just felt really far. I liked it, but I did love it. It was beautiful, but I wouldn't live there. I went to live there. So I lived in Brisbane for a little bit, but it reminded me of like a bigger Vancouver. I think the next time I travel would be like the UK, because it reminds me of a bigger Toronto. So, and I miss the diversity. I miss my soca music. I miss my dancing. I miss my spicy food, but it was beautiful. I'm so glad I went. So came back March, and was broke and whatever. And then March 16th, COVID hit, and here we are now, right? So I moved in with my mom, which is so weird because no one thought this was gonna last, and I haven't lived at home for such a long time, so it is weird to be home. But it's actually worked out really well, and it's been super helpful, and I'm really appreciative of it. Obviously, I've always had to pay rent, and now I don't, so it's like awesome. And in this time period, I just worked a lot on myself, worked a lot on my business, and I did apply for crisis counseling. So that's the school that I was in, was crisis counseling, but I'm just so preoccupied with fitness right now that it just wasn't the right time to go down that route. But I think I will one day, like be in victim services or something like that. I think that's so interesting. It is sad, but it's also something that I've been through, so I feel like I can relate to those people. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now. But yeah, if you care, that's my life story, okay? It's very long-winded, but yeah, I grew up, I was very angry, I was in a bad mindset, I was doing the wrong things, and over time, I just stopped using short-term fixes and had to really dive deep and fix myself, which is, trust me, it's not the easy route, but it does make the long-term changes. So, but that's why my thing is always to show people what humans are capable of. And I understand having that victim mentality because I've actually been there, but that doesn't need to be your whole character, okay? So people can definitely change, you can definitely change, and if you're struggling with anything, telling your story actually does help, even though I never thought I would tell my story ever. And here I am a year later after my support group. So if you feel like you need to reach out to anybody, you can reach out to me, okay? And if you feel like you can't do something, you definitely can, all right? So I'm here to motivate you, and thank you for supporting me through my own journey as well. And yeah, guys, thanks for listening to my rant. Also, so I forgot to say, the reason why I'm doing this now, I've always wanted to compete. If you go back to my first ever video on this YouTube channel 3 years ago, it's supposed to be me competing. Like, it was supposed to be me competing from 3 years ago. I didn't have the money, I didn't have the mindset, I didn't have anything yet, didn't have the foundation. But that was the goal when I started this YouTube channel. So it's crazy. Things happen in their own time. So I've always wanted to compete, and I've talked about this in the last video too, not for the six pack or whatever. Probably back then I did. Now it's for the mindset. I think it's amazing, the dedication and the discipline, the self-discipline it takes to get there. That's the reason I want to compete. For the mindset, the motivation, and all of that, right? So yeah, definitely not for a physique goal, because it's not sustainable. So I'm not going to be at that physique forever, you know, but it's just the mindset and the mental that it takes to get there. That's why I want to compete and why it's so important to me. But yeah, it's so funny that I literally started this YouTube 3 years ago. Go watch the first ever video. It's me competing. So yeah, but I'm definitely in the right place now to do it, and there's nothing stopping me until I get to stage. So I'm ready to do it. All right, so I just got back from the gym, and I'm gonna make some cauliflower mash because I've made that before and I know how to make it, so I'm just gonna do that. Literally boil my cauliflower and then mash it up. And I just put garlic on everything. And I'm just getting creative with my meals because I'm getting kind of bored. So I made tuna melts right now in like red bell peppers with some cheese on top and a lot of garlic. Oh, looks so good. And you can see my like full cloves of garlic. I can eat so much. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this right now, put sriracha all over it. And I'm just making chicken and my cauliflower mash. Hello. Okay, so my dog's looking at me like, what the hell? It's really late. It's not really late. It's like 8 p.m., but that's really late for me. It's later in the day. I am doing nothing. I'm bored. I'm editing videos. And Toronto just went back on lockdown, so that's crazy and sucks. But I'm not in Toronto. I'm a little bit out, so yeah, that does suck, but I'm a little bit out, so we're still good over here, or as good as we can be. But I just wanted to say, I've been so good all week, okay? So good all week, and I'm gonna blame my client for this, okay? My client made some Afghan food, and she's like, come over and grab a plate, so she gave me a plate outside, and I actually didn't eat too much of the Afghan food. It was amazing. It was really good, but I had already hit my macros and I was already actually full. But she made cookies and gave me 2, and her cookies are like unreal, like unreal. So I was full after one, but I ate the second one, all right? So I gave myself a little diet break, but honestly, the whole day was good. I hit my macros, and then I just had 2 cookies. I'm telling you before, like my macros, like you saw in my what I eat in a day, would be like 220 grams of carbs when I was supposed to be hitting 110, right? So I am getting better. If I get hungry, I add a little bit more protein. That's what I'm really learning. Anyway, I'm gonna continue editing and watching HGTV. All right, my favorite channel ever. Oh, good morning, guys. Sorry if you can hear my car. So it is Sunday at 6 a.m. and I'm going to the gym. I think I told you guys earlier in the vlog that like we're almost back in lockdown, so we can only book 10 slots at my gym, but it's a bodybuilding gym, so honestly it fills up so quickly because everybody wants to go to the gym. I do not go to the gym at 6 a.m., okay? But I had to, and it's crazy because it's a 24-hour gym, and 1:30 a.m. is booked up, 4:30 a.m. is booked up, 3 a.m. is booked up. Like, people are crazy. So I got a 6 a.m. slot. I have to go. I did wake up late. It's 6:15. But I have an hour and a half, so I only need like an hour. I gotta go get coffee and a donut. I can never work out at this time because I can't eat breakfast before. Like, I don't have enough time. It's still dark out, it's freezing. I like to have like a bit of a morning routine before just jumping into the gym, so yeah. But I need coffee first, and then we'll do this workout. It's not too hard of a workout, but yeah. It's early. You see that outside? That's the sun just coming up, okay? It does feel good. It feels like accomplished to do it. It's like literally not even 7:30 yet, but I'm just not a morning person, so I don't know. Like, I can't push myself that hard in the morning. And I'm gonna go get another coffee. I literally just had a coffee coming here, and I'm gonna get another coffee on the way home. Hello guys, so it is 10:30. Like, this is crazy. I just finished my cardio, so I've already gone to the gym and I've already done my cardio. There is something to be said about getting your stuff done earlier in the day, but it's also like, what else do I have to do with my day? And look outside. It is freaking snowing. Can you see? Like, what? So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I do love the snow, don't love the cold. I love this as like a season, but the thing is this starts now and it doesn't end until like April, so I already feel like I need a vacation. But yeah, right now it is Sunday and I still have some work to do, so I'm just gonna do some work on my computer, some client programs, and then go to my client's house, do a workout with her, and edit for my other channel. So that's really it. Sundays I usually like to chill, but I do have, at the end of the month, I film all my videos for my other channel for the whole month. So the end of the month is actually kind of busy for me. But anyway, I feel good. Look at my a little bit of ab action. I've been like super good this week. I've already said a million times, if I get hungry, I just add a little bit more protein, which is like before I was going way over macros. And this drink has really been helping with my digestion, the apple cider vinegar, glutamine, fiber, and a little bit of caffeine. I took out the probiotics because it was too much on my system, and sometimes I take out the caffeine. And I'm feeling just lighter. I feel good. So yeah, that's the update. It is way later in the day. I've just been editing all day. I'm half hot, half cold, so that's what this look is here, okay? And my sister, maybe like 2 hours ago, got ice cream, and you know, like I'm sitting here in the kitchen and I can like sense its presence in the freezer. Do you know like what that's like? So I'm just like, I can feel it. So anyway, I like working in the kitchen because I have the big window here, but now that I'm like competing, I can't be this close to food. So all right, I'm in the same place. It's the same day. Nothing's happened. But I'm so tired, but I have to stay up to watch 90 Day Fiance. Okay, it's Sunday. I gotta watch 90 Day Fiance. But what I was gonna say is I've been craving sweets so bad at night, and I'm like looking in my fridge like I have to recreate something. And I just came up with a good concoction. Okay, it's not like the egg whites, like that fail. It's honestly not even, it's pretty simple, but it's my Greek yogurt with my protein powder, same, without the peanut butter just because it is quite calorie dense, French vanilla creamer because it has like nothing in it, and cinnamon on top. Changed my life, changed the game. I put some vanilla extract in it too, but vanilla extract is too strong, so next time I won't have that. It has like a weird aftertaste. So freaking amazing, and I put so much cinnamon on top because it's kind of grainy, so it gave it like texture, like I'm chewing something. How bad is that? But oh my god, like that's a game changer. So we'll see how long that lasts, and then I'm gonna move on to something else. Now I'm craving jalapenos. I don't know. All right, it's like an hour later. It's a day where I'm just craving everything. So I'm making tea now. I just came up with another great little substitution. So chai tea with my fat-free creamer again. Chai tea, no calories, and like a tablespoon of my fat-free cream or whatever. It's very low in everything, but it has, it's really sweet. So it's a good little substitute. But I'm just like online looking at stuff like, oh, how to get over cravings. And the tips suck. Like mind over matter, drink water, go to sleep. Like shut up. Like I'm number one to be all motivated and like tell you can do it, but that is not a way to get over cravings, okay? Like nobody ever has done that. Brush your teeth. No, I'll be brushing my teeth and then think about the kitchen, come down to the kitchen, instantly eat everything. So stupid. So there are healthy substitutions that you can do basically to help your cravings, but I'm not going to be the person to say go to sleep, brush your teeth, drink some water, because I just don't think that helps anybody. Good morning. So it is check-in day, and I did my check-in. Oh, I haven't done my check-in yet, but I weighed myself already, and I'm at 137.4. So yay! Basically, my mini goal is to get to 134 by December 12th, so I have 3 weeks to lose around 3 pounds. Yeah, just because I want to break down my show weight like that. So yay, yay, yay! I'm happy I'm getting back down to my lower weight.